Hello, welcome to this lecture on simple analysis of flat strip rolling. Myself, Lovpreet Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Mechanical Engineering, Kolkata University. Uh, in this course, that is Metal Forming, BTMA 3065, this is lecture number 5 for Unit 1. In today's class, we will discuss about the simple analysis of flat strip rolling. So the objective of today's lecture is simple analysis of flat strip rolling. Then we will discuss about the sheet metal operations that are not performed on a press and die setup. Then we will discuss about the high energy rate forming, that is advanced forming process. Next is the rolling. Rolling is a metal forming process in which the thickness of work is reduced by compressive forces exerted by two rolls in rotating in opposite direction. The flat rolling is shown in this figure. This is the workpiece. Here you can see this is the two. There are two rolls. One is upper roll. One is the down roll. These are rotating in opposite direction, and and this is the direction of work flow. The clearance between two rolls will be the thickness of our output product. Similarly, shape rolling is also possible in square cross section is formed into shapes such as I beam, L beam. Next is important rolling terminologies. One is first is the blooms. Blooms are this is the blooms that are roll structure shaped like rail or for rail trucks. This is a square shape of input material, which is then rolled into the I shape, I channel. Next is a billet. Billet are rolled into bars, rods. This is a rectangular slab that become the raw material for machining, wire drawing, or forging or extrusions. Next is the slabs. These are rolled into plates, sheets, and strips. Hot rolled plates are generally used in shipbuilding, bridges, boilers, welded structure for various heavy machines, and many other products. Next is an important part in this rolling mechanism, that is the concept of rolling. In this method, we will use a simple analysis for flat strip rolling. It involves the rolling of shaped plate having rectangular cross section in which the width is greater than its thickness. In the flat rolling, the plate thickness is reduced by squeezing between two rolls, as we already discussed in the last lecture. The thickness reduction is quantified by draft, which is given by T. That is the difference between T out minus TF, where T or naught is and TF are initial thickness and final thickness of sheet used for rolling. The draft is defined as R is equal to D upon T naught. That is D is initial draft divided by this is R is a reduction. So the reduction is equal to draft upon T initial, that is thickness of initial product. During rolling, the workpiece width increases, which is the term as spreading. It will be larger when we have a low width to thickness ratio and low friction of coefficient, as the friction of coefficient plays an important role in this concept. In the strip rolling, T naught W naught into L naught is equal to T final into width of final and L of final, assuming that there is no friction at all. This is this is the relation for that the thickness, width, and length, with assuming that there is no friction between these billet. The rolling contact is the angle that a rolling sheet along an arc, that is this is the rolling angle theta. Each roll has a radius r. This roll has a radius r, and its surface velocity vr. This is rotating with the velocity vr in this direction. The velocity is in between entry and exit velocity, that is uh, This VR value is in between the inlet velocity and outlet velocity. However, there is one point or zone along the contact arc, where work velocity equals roll velocity. This is called no slip point. This is called no slip point or natural point. Okay, uh, where the contact with the one point with zone contact arc where work velocity equal to roll velocity. On another side, the neutral point, the slipping and a friction occur between roll and sheet. The amount of slip between the roll and sheet can be quantified as by the forward slip S. S is equal to Vf, velocity of forward, minus velocity of roll divided by velocity of roll. Velocity of forward is final velocity, Vr is the roll velocity. So the two strain during the rolling is given by epsilon is equal to logarithmic natural logarithmic of Tf T naught upon Tf. The true natural strain is used to find the average flow strain, that is Yf, and further rolling power. The Yf is equal to K into epsilon raised to power n divided by 1 plus n. On the entry side, the natural point of the natural point, the frictional force in one direction, and another side it's the opposite direction. That is, the friction force act toward the neutral point. But the two forces are unequal. The friction forces on the entry side is greater, so that the net forces pull the sheet through the rolls. Otherwise, the rolls would not be possible. The limit of maximum possible draft can be equalized by d max is equal to mu square into r. This equation indicates the friction value 0 and draft is 0. There is no possible for the rolling operations. And continue to last slide. This is a simple analysis of flat strip rolling. The torque in the rolling can be estimated by the roll force that is centered on work that passes between two rolls, and it acts on the momentum arm on one half of the contact length, that is L. The torque in each roll is equal to T is equal to 0.5 into F into L, where F is assumed to be act on center of the arc of contact. L is the total length. The total power in SI units is equal to 2 pi F into L into N divided by 60,000, where F is force in Newton, L is length in meters, N is the number of revolution per minute of roll. In power in HP in horsepower is equal to 2 pi F into L into N divided by 33,000, where F is in pounds and length is in feet. So using these two relations, the power is equal to 2 pi F into L into N divided by 60,000, and T is equal to 0.5 F into L. We can calculate the torque in the rolling of the simple two rollers system. Next is a practical application of simple analysis of flat strip rolling, where a problem is given a 300 mm wide strip of 25 mm thickness. It fed through rolling mills with two powered roll, each of radius 250 mm. The work thickness to be reduced to 22 mm in one pass at the roll speed of 50 revolution per minute. So in this case, the initial thickness is 25 mm and then it's reduced to 22 mm with a roll speed of 50 revolution per minute. The work material has a flow curve defined by K is equal to 275 megapascal and N is equal to 0.15, and the coefficient of friction between the rolls and work is assumed to be 0.12, that is mu is equal to 0.12. Determine if the friction is sufficient to permit the rolling operation. If so, calculate the rolling force, torque and horsepower. So we calculate the first draft. The draft attempt in rolling operation is equal to D, that is an initial thickness minus final thickness, that is 25 minus 22, that is 3 mm. From equation that we discussed, D max is equal to 0.12, that is mu value, mu square, into radius, mu square into radius, that is mu is values 0.12 square into radius is 250 into 250, that is 3.6 mm. Since the maximum allowable draft exceeds the attempted reduction, the rolling operation is feasible. As this value is greater than this initial draft, so rolling operation will be feasible. To compute rolling forces, we need the contact length and average flow stresses. The contact length is already given in equation, that is L is equal to second under root of R into H naught minus HF. So where R's value is 250, H naught is 25, HF is 22. So this will become around 27.4 mm. The YF is determined from two strains, that is epsilon is the logarithmic of H naught upon HF, that is epsilon of logarithmic of 25 divided by 22, that is 0.128. So YF value will be 275 into 0.128, that is epsilon value, raised to power n is 0.15, divided by 1 plus n value. This is already discussed in last slide. So this value came around 175.7 megapascal. So the rolling forces can be determined from the next equation. So we will discuss in next lecture. So in continuous to last slide, the force is equal to 175.7 into 300 into 27.4, that becomes around 1044.254 Newton. The torque required to drive each roll is given by T into 0.5 into this F value into 27.4 raised to power 10 raised to power minus 3. This comes in Newton meters. So the power obtained is equal to 2 pi into F into T into N divided by 60,000. So it comes around 207.284 kilowatt. So we convert this in horsepower. This is 278 horsepower. So here this is end of this problem. Next is the rolling mills. In this diagram you can see the two high rolling mills. This type of rolling mill consists of two rolls rotating in opposite directions. Roll diameter will be around 0.6 to 1.4 meter. It's either reversing or not reversing. Non-reversing mills rotate in one direction, and the slab always moves from the entry to exit. Reversing mill means the directions of roll can be reversed, and after each pass, so that slab can pass through a both directions. This permits a continuous reduction to made through the same pair of rolls. Next category is a three roll. In this case, there are three rolls, one above the another at a time. For a single path, two rolls will be used. The roll direction will not be changed in this case. Here the first roll, second roll, and then this is the third roll. Two top rolls will be used for first direction, and the sheet is shifted to bottom two rolls. Further reduction is done. The cycle is continued till the actual reduction is attained. Disadvantage is the automated mechanism is required to shift the slab. The four high roll mill, this consists of two small rolls, uh, rolls thickness reduction, and two large backing rolls to support the small rolls. Here this is, you can see this is a small roll, one small roll, two small roll, and this is the larger rolls which are used to for the backing purpose. Next is the cluster rolls, where the clusters of different rolls are used. This is a small rolls used for uh, moving the material in the forward direction. This is the larger rolls are for the supporting this smaller roll to move up and down. Next is a tandem roll. Tandem rolls are where the sequence of rolls are attached so that the in the single pass there is a larger reduction can be achieved. This is a first rolling where the some diameter is reduced. Then this is passed to another rolling where the some diameter is reduced. Then in the third rolling, this is further reduced. So this is fully used in industry practice along with continuous casting operations. They result in a reduction of floor space, shorter manufacturing lead time. This is a roll banding where we use to roll the larger strip. In this case, the strip is moving in this direction. There's multiple rolls are there, which moving in opposite direction. So it's this strip will be bended in like this. Next is continuous bending process in which the opposing roll produce longer section of formed shape from the coil to strip stop. As you can see, and this is large so a roll forming process with a continuous channel, that is straight roll and partial forms. This is a straight roll, then this is a partial form. Next important operation in this sheet metal is spinning. The metal forming process in which an axial symmetric part is gradually shaped over a rotating mandrel using a rounded tools or rollers. This is a straight strip. We are clamped into this mandrel using this clamp, and then we rotate this, and then we use this roller tool to get the desired shape of this. This part, this operation is used mainly in the artifacts or other decorative items. High energy rate forming. The process to form the metal using a large amount of energy over a short time. The high energy rate forming includes explosive forming, electrohydraulic forming, and electromagnetic forming. Let's discuss in the next slide. So this is the end of the classification of metal forming process. So for the home assignment, there are a few questions for all of you. One is the metal forming the most cost-effective manufacturing process? You have to explain about this. Uh, Second is the why the metal forming is the best process for the mass production. Uh, Next question is, according to your imagination, what is the best process to make beverage can? These are the assignment questions which we have to supposed to submit by the next lecture. These are the reference from the where the all the details and images are taken. This is the reference books also, so you can refer these materials for further studies. Thank you.